Hello, I am Richard A. Boxall, and this is my short and almost daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily-ish.
You're listening to the diary of a wannabe writer, Season 3.
Hello all of you beautiful people, it's Saturday the 4th of, July 2026. Welcome to the show. I've just realised it's American Independence Day. Yeah, they've got a lot to celebrate at the moment, haven't they? Have you heard some of the World Cup chants that are being said or being chanted in America, particularly by the British and Australian fans? Now, I know this podcast has an explicit tag on it, but I don't feel I can repeat some of them. But yeah, go and have a look. They're very, very funny. I mean, there was one that really did make me laugh, and it was just the Australians walking down the street chanting, "We've got free healthcare," or something like that, which apparently isn't true. Apparently they do have rather costly healthcare, but I'm guessing it doesn't cost so much that they go bankrupt as a result of it. Anyway, yeah, have a look at some of these football chants. They're very, very funny. As I say, the reason I'm not going to put them on here is because, firstly, the language is really quite ripe, and I know this has an explicit tag on it, but there's one particular word I'm very unlikely to use on here. And even if I did, it would be because I was quoting something, and I don't just mean a football chant. It would have to be something a little more significant than that. Anyway, so I'm recording this. It's again, my timing's off, so it's about 8:30 in the evening UK time. It's about 3:30 in the morning Singapore time. This is a very strange trip for me because normally by now I've totally acclimatised and I'm pretty much on local time, and that just hasn't happened on this trip for a combination of reasons. It nearly happened yesterday, so the easiest time to do it is coming back from Sydney into Singapore, and the reason it didn't was there's a friend of mine who's got an issue with some documentation. I won't give it any more detail than that, but it's worrying her quite a bit. So I kind of stayed awake last night while she was trying to sort it out, just to give her some moral support. And we don't know if it's sorted out or not. She'll find out kind of on Monday. But she was just worrying about it and it was upsetting her, and I just didn't want to leave her to suffer, basically. So I ended up staying up till about what my body thought was 5 in the morning yesterday, possibly a bit later than that, I don't know. So as a result, I didn't wake up till after midday today. So all of my plans to do some work, do some writing, do some preparation for my music podcast have all gone out the bloody window, because I woke up about midday local time, I hadn't had as much. I think it was probably later than I said that I went to bed. I hadn't had that many hours sleep, but I forced myself to get up because there's a nice cheap little Thai restaurant in near one of the hotels we used to stay at, actually, that I decided to go to today. And I've been, I just every now and then I'll go there, and I always have the same thing. I have a Thai green curry and some prawn cakes and a really lovely sticky rice and mango dessert. So I had all of those, really enjoyed it, but I wasn't really in the mood to explore, and because I haven't done much of that on this trip. That's probably because my hip hurts, and it was hurting today. So anyway, I had this food, and I came back to the hotel, and then I dozed again, which was not sensible, but I obviously needed it. And then I woke up later, and I've been down to there's like a place where you can get sort of chicken and rice or falafel and rice and stuff like that. So I went and had that, and then went and had a slice of cake at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, because they do some really good cake. And it's now, as I say, my body's telling me it's about 3:30. No, my body's not telling me it's about 3:30 in the morning, because it doesn't feel that late. UK time is about 8:30. And what I should be doing, really, is work on my music podcast, because I really don't want to have to do it. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it on Monday, actually, because my friend who's having this documentation problem is going to a meeting about it on Monday, and it's not the worst case scenario is that she'll have to resubmit it. It's not the end of the world, but she's worrying about it, and I completely understand why she's worrying about it. And so I've kind of said, well, tell you what, because this meeting's at 8 a.m, the day I land. So I kind of said, well, I'll come and meet you, and instead of going by yourself, I'll come with you. Obviously I can't come in with you, but I can give you some moral support there, and if it isn't the result you want, I can be moral support, and we'll work out what we're going to do next. And if it does all work out, we can have a coffee and go, thank F for that. So that basically means instead of when I land at whatever it is, I think we landed it was before 6 a.m. in theory anyway, into London. Instead of going home, I'm just gonna jump on a tube and go and see her. So it's not like I'm going to go home and then I could get a bit of sleep and then record my music podcast. The reality is, unless I suddenly... and the other time I could do it is tomorrow morning, because we don't get picked up from the hotel until about 8:40 in the evening. So the flight will be at least an hour after that, I would have thought, or two. But but no, just I've ballsed the timing up a little bit, and because I'm going to go and sort of help my friend, I just think the podcast may end up having to come out on Tuesday. I may end up doing it Tuesday morning once I'm home, which wasn't the plan, but hey, it is what it is. It hasn't got the most enormous listeners in the world. Well, I don't know about the size of the listeners. I meant listenership, but you know what I mean. So obviously I haven't done any writing either. I have decided that when I'm off work, because basically once I finish from this trip on Monday, I'm not working for the rest of the month. I am going to allow myself Monday and Tuesday off. Monday because I'll be tired, and Tuesday because I need to get the music podcast done. But then from Wednesday onwards, I'm going to, for the weeks I'm off, for the remaining 3 and a bit weeks. Actually, no, the reality is it's nearly 7 weeks, because I might have to work 2 days in the middle. But basically, I'm not working for the next 7 weeks, apart from maybe the 1st and 2nd of August. And I'm going to treat that time as though writing is a job. And I will try and do 2 writing sessions a day and write a total of 2,000 words a day. If I can do that, I will be laughing. Anyway, that's overrun a little bit. So this is me from Singapore. You will probably get one tomorrow from... Will you get one tomorrow from Singapore? Yeah, you'll have to get one tomorrow from Singapore. Otherwise, you won't get one at all tomorrow. Yeah, so you might get something from Singapore tomorrow. Maybe I'll have done a bit of work on the music podcast. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for listening. Sorry I've overrun. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by me, Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my cogitative considerations, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree on linktr.ee/Richard Writes. Capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.